The fact that I have to make this video is disappointing, but not surprising. So yesterday, I went and voted for the very first time. Okay, last election, I was only 16. I wasn't old enough to vote. This is the first election where I was old enough to vote. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and vote. I'm gonna exercise my voice, and I decided to make a community post afterwards to encourage other people to vote because I figure I have a platform and, at the end of the day, we have the power by using our voices. We have strength in numbers. So I figure, you know what? I have a platform for the first time in my life. I'm going to use it for something good. And that's not to say that I don't use my platform, to create positive change with my videos or anything like that. But, I decided to switch it up and just utilize the influence that I have. And the feedback that I got on that community post was quite interesting, to say the least. I'm just going to go ahead and read some of the comments that I saw on that community post. Don't be giving into this fake matrix. LOL. Voting doesn't do anything. You really think they're going to let you choose? The votes don't matter. They choose who is the president. And who knows what will happen with all the BS happening. Our vote don't matter, bro. It's all a distraction. These presidents don't even got any of the control, to be honest. Don't fall for this matrix. This really doesn't matter at all. Bot. Okay, I got a lot of comments like that. And, I am pretty much immune to hate comments at this point. So people just calling me names and things like that doesn't really affect me. But I still feel compelled to make a video on this because what I'm starting to realize is that these spiritual YouTubers have a lot more influence over people than I initially thought. Now, I have made a video fairly recently actually called The Problem with Spiritual YouTubers. And in that video, I went over how, a lot of these people, they're just saying their opinions, their truth, and you should take everything that they say, including myself or anyone else, with a grain of salt. Because not everyone's truth is going to be true for everyone else. And there is no ultimate truth except for the fact that there is no ultimate truth. Now, as I've said before, I try not to make too many spiritual videos for that exact reason. I don't want to put my truth out there and make people believe that that's the ultimate truth. Because that is the case with a lot of these spiritual YouTubers. And I'm not saying that that's their intention, but that's what actually happens. Because people on the internet tend to take things at face value and they don't do their own research. And, they just hear something and it sounds cool and it makes a little bit of sense and they adopt that belief in its entirety. And that's how they get caught in the matrix. Now, what is the matrix? Okay, a lot of people use this term, but nobody ever really says what the matrix is. Okay, a lot of people think that it means, what you see outside of yourself. The government, the elites, rich people, all that type of stuff. Okay, I'm here to tell you that is not what the matrix is. The matrix is a mindset. Okay, it's nothing more than a mindset. Everything that you see outside of yourself, the government, everything that they're doing, whatever agendas you may believe that they have, they all start from within. You are not a victim of the government. You are not a victim of the elites. You are not a victim of anyone except for your own self and your own mind. Okay, the matrix is a mindset. It's a limiting belief system. You believe that you're a victim and you believe that you don't have the power to create your own reality. Therefore, you are stuck in the matrix. You have not woken up to the fact that you have that power as a creator. You are asleep. Okay? Now, what does it mean to be woke? Being woke means that you've had your spiritual awakening, which basically means that you've woken up to the fact that physical reality is indeed an illusion. Okay? It's an illusion. But it's an illusion created by your mind, created by your inner state of being. So if you're woke, but you're still claiming that you're a victim and that you don't have power over your reality, then are you really woke at that point? I feel like people use these terms like woke and chosen one and things like that to feel like they're a part of something. They want to feel cool. They want to feel like they know something that other people don't and that they know the world's agenda, when in reality, it's your own agenda. You are the one creating these agendas that you believe you're a victim of. You are not recognizing your power as a creator, and therefore you are asleep. I'm not going to call you a bot, okay? I'm not going to call you a bot There are no such thing as bots or chosen ones or woke people or anything like that. Everyone has the potential to be whatever they want to be. There are no inherent limitations based on your race or, your status, anything like that. None of that stuff matters in the spiritual realm. Now, with that being said, yes, okay, all of this stuff, the government, voting, the presidency, all of that is an illusion. It's all an illusion. But that doesn't mean that it's not real. Okay, the feelings that you feel as a result of your actions, the consequences of your actions, those are very, very real and should be treated as such. A lot of you claim to be woke. You claim to be a chosen one, but you're over here working at jobs that you don't like. You're in school when you hate school, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, but what I'm saying is that you are contradicting what you're saying. Your actions don't match up with your words. You're just saying something to feel cool. People think that they're making a power move by not voting. And my response to that is that you literally have nothing to lose by voting. You have nothing to lose. Listen, yesterday I went into the building, okay, for the early voting. I went into the building. I stood in line for maybe like 5 minutes. I showed them my ID, and then they gave me a ballot. I went and checked off all the people that I voted for, and that was it. I left and I got my sticker right here. It took me like 10 minutes. It was completely free. You have nothing to lose by voting. There is no reason not to vote. It's not a power move not to vote. It's a power move to take responsibility for your reality by doing things like that. Now, I'm not saying that you need to vote. I'm not saying that you have to vote. If you don't want to vote, I'm not going to sit here and force you to do that. I can't force you to do that. But what I will say is that if you don't vote, I don't want to hear you complaining about the government or about the state of the US or anything like that. I don't want to hear you complaining when the election happens. I don't want to hear you complaining for those next 4 years after that. And who knows, maybe the election won't happen and, we'll fall into anarchy. But even if that does happen, there's no reason not to vote. You have nothing to lose by voting. Like I said in my video talking about the problem with spiritual YouTubers, you need to stop taking people's words for everything. A lot of you are listening to what these YouTubers are saying, and then you're living your life accordingly based on what they're saying. These people are people, just like us. They are not any more special. They are not different than anyone else. All of those labels, those are toxic. That's very extremely toxic. And it contradicts the essence of spirituality, which is neutrality. Not having those biases and being free of judgment. And like I said, I'm not saying that you're wrong for believing what you believe, to each his own. But understand that by worshiping these people, you are giving away your power. You are surrendering your power as a creator. And if you believe that you're a victim, your creation will be based on victimization, and the universe will provide you with more opportunities to be a victim.